Ba-doom. Welcome to the first inaugural episode of Frater versus Retro on Mechtrekica. We will also be appearing on Saturn Ground Productions here on YouTube. First time we've ever been here on Mechtrekica. To introduce myself, my name is Frater SH, and I started my career as a musician. Actually, this whole Saturn Grad thing started originally as a record label, and then it turned into a book publishing label, and then they're a Christian book publishing label, and then of course we started to get into the video side of things, and really my passion is video games also, and I wanted to indulge in that, and that's really where the whole Frater versus Retro thing started. And right over here to my right is my colleague, Mr. Peck, and hello, Frater, and hello, Mechtrekica. It's I'll let you know I didn't quite have a say. Hey, got a say about coming here, but hey, we are here, and we are here to stay, and we are not queer. Oh no, well, look out, we're on YouTube. Oh yes, and of course, on to my left here is Billy. Hey, Billy, how's it going, man? Hey, it's going good. So this is Mechtrekica. I like the name. They said we could play video games here. We can play video games. Guys, we can play video games. Oh, Frater, we could play video games on the other side too. Oh. Okay, and then finally is the namesake of Saturnrod and all the Frater. Please try to remember Mr. Pennypacker owns Saturnrod Productions. Okay, so I know you just always think that, but see, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we gotta explain something to you. We are not in your world. We are in a cyber matrix in someone's computer. Yeah, these are the hard truths. I have a tendency to forget. Should never forget. We are clones of someone in the real world. I'll let you know, folks. I'm not the real Gregory Peck. And wow, Pogapi Adams. Well, there's clearly not a real Pogapi Adams, and there isn't a Billy, and there isn't a Frater SH. Well, Frater SH is based on somebody, and it's the person who started Saturn Ground Productions. And fortunately, though, we have those memories, and it's hard for us to understand. It's kind of like Frater. I read the comic book that's not very popular. It's called Amazing Spider-Man number 700. Yeah, well, what happens in Amazing Spider-Man 700 is Dr. Octopus was dying. And so what he did was he transferred some of his brain frequencies to Peter Parker's. This is it's not a very popular story, although I have a tendency to value it for its shock factor, because I come out of the world of pro wrestling as a pro wrestling fan, and I value, as long as basically it's not a retarded kind of. I value stories that can have a shock factor, as long as, at least from a science fiction aspect, they make sense. Where in wrestling, like Lillian wrestling, though, it got so bad, like in the late 90s, a bunch of people would get beat up by a gang of people, get beat up real bad, and you know what happened at the pay-per-view? They turn on their friend who was actually willing to help them. Which doesn't make any sense, because if you got beaten to a bloody pulp, I don't think any money would make you want to turn on your phone friend who's literally the only person who's willing to help you. So I don't like those kinds of stories because that's just what they call as a swerve, and there's no value to it because there isn't evidence to show that the person was ready to turn on him or anything. It's just kind of stupid, just a shock thing. But with the Spider-Man story, yeah, then what ends up happening is with Doctor Octopus is he ends up becoming Parker's mind is like transferred to the dying Doctor Octopus, and Doctor Octopus dies. So the idea is Parker died. So, but the problem is uh, Parker's memories are so strong in the Spider-Man body that it actually changes Doctor Octopus to be more of a hero, to the point that really he's not really a villain anymore, and he can't stop himself from being who there's a little ambition, but it's not quite what it was. So again, like I'm saying is, we value kind of shock stories and stuff. So, you know, or we kind of got off on a tangent here. It's kind of how we do things on the show. Well, it's the first show here. We're starting over in a way. And so we gotta warn you about Poke Uppy Adams. She gets in trouble. Well, actually, I'm here not to say hi to everyone. I want to warn you. I put the house on wheels. Oh no! Why, I kind of wondered there was some motion and movement. I was too distracted by the new show. Uh, uh, yeah. Guys, the house is rolling. Yeah, well, see, it's tied to a Tesla computer. No! Tesla computer! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Yeah. Guys, the house is moving. Yeah, I programmed the house to go to a Starbucks. Oh no! The road is in the house. Oh my goodness! Oh, there's honking everywhere. We can't control it. Pokapi, where's the computer? Where can we talk to it? I forgot where I put it. Oh no! Oh no! 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 It's it's a self-driving car. It's not great. It's not a self-driving car. It's a house. Pokapi, Pokapi, um Pokapi. That's really I would like to say that's kind of awesome. You really took me off guard. You usually tell me, well, I wanted it to be a surprise. Oh, he wanted to be a surprise. Hey, we're picking up speed. Oh no! Oh no! Help us, Mr. Wizard! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, okay. All right. Uh, 2 hours later. Okay, so we're sitting in a. Well, we pretty much blocked off all the parking to the Starbucks. We've gotten some drinks and. Right now, Frater's outside talking to the police, and he said how Pugapi Adams put a Tesla computer in the house, and they can't figure out how to like tell it to stop and stuff. And this is quite embarrassing, actually. But this is the kind of shenanigans we get into because it's a cyber matrix. It's not really real, actually. It's really. I kind of wondered because, are we just gonna talk to you guys for the first episode, or are we gonna get into some shenanigans or something? That's kind of something, a few hours later, okay, so the house is back to where it's belonged. We paid some fines and stuff, and we got some court fees taken care of, and that's pretty good. Actually, Continuity Town's pretty forgiving. I kind of argue they shouldn't really be. We've done a lot of damage. Unfortunately, on this show's so brand new, you guys probably don't know about it yet, and so you're gonna really kind of learn about our shenanigans as time goes on. We're above on Saturn Ground Productions, so there's a whole library of all the shenanigans. that go back to like 2010. Although there is a little break between 2011 and 2017, though. We were just kind of not into it, into making videos during that time and stuff. We were still trying to comprehend, our ego was trying to comprehend only having one viewer. Then after a while, we started to realize, yeah, making videos is actually pretty fun, and it's a good fun hobby. You don't need to give a care about. Well, you know what's funny is there's a video on Saturn Garage. We have a video that exposes like a TV evangelist. And all it is there was this pastor who said, anyone who wants to copy our videos on, you can. You can copy our videos and put them on your channel and stuff to just spread it around YouTube, because YouTube usually flags stuff easy. So, so it was a video of a TV evangelist that it was of a guy who basically said he was one of his ushers, and he was talking about how fake the operation was and stuff. And it was one of those things where they run around on stage and they swing their coat at you, and then you pretend to pass out, and you start shaking on the ground and stuff like, oh, like, oh, you got slayed, and but then meanwhile at a traditional Latin Catholic mass, there's nothing like that. Nothing like that. It's because that's not how it actually works, but not making this religious talk, we don't want to make dogmatic, man. It's just, the terms of service. Well, you better watch that terms of service, Frater. That's some pretty serious stuff. Yeah, so that video, I literally, no joke to you, it's probably got up to like 100,000 views, and continues to climb in views. I mean, it's daily, actually. Frater, it's actually daily. But then you'd think like, oh, well, those people look at what's else on the channel. They never do. They never do. I know a lot of it's video game stuff, but it just like, no, they don't. They literally don't. Like, and I think what it is with YouTube is when a video goes kind of viral, I think what's going on is people are watching YouTube mostly on their phones, and as a result, they never really think of actually like taking their finger and actually like clicking on the person's name and seeing what is their other videos. I really honestly think they that's why so many channels push to tell you to sub and sub and sub and sub, because otherwise oh, okay, so where it's the time of the show we start to go play a video game, and we've been playing Age of Empires, so we love that. Yeah, let's go do that, guys. Well, this is Age of Empires 2. It's a favorite of Frater's. He has a tendency to really love this game and be fairly obsessed with it. Yeah, I mean, he really loves this game. So tell us, Frater, what you up to? Well, I'm having these guys do a little hunting. As you can see, if you look at the small green map, Frater, what's going on? Looks like the big green blob in the south of us is having a little war. They're heading over to storm the red team, and I made the argument that this is actually the best time to, what you want to do is you want to storm the enemy. You want to just let them have it, man. You just want to just let them have it, dude. And just storm them, when one of these teams attacks, if you hit the same team from the other side, then or you could be a complete prick about it. You could completely attack because if their entire army just left to go attack the enemy, Frater, you know, I'm watching the blob, you know, as that battle's happening. They're just getting wiped out. What are they doing wrong? Well, I think it's because their AI is just randomly attacked. Yeah, you can see it. Their entire army is getting wiped out. What's going on is, like, what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Frater, their entire army got wiped out. What is it they did wrong? Their entire army got wiped out because they're not synchronizing their attacks. They're just probably the computer is not having, you know, them attack like the main targets. You know, first thing you want to attack is who attack their army first. Don't attack any buildings. You know, just attack. And then as if you're getting an advantage over that, then you can start attacking the castle. Then you can attack the town center and stuff, so forth. So, yeah, that's good strategy. Now, Frater, you got Poogapi Adams in the room. Yeah, Poogapi Adams is well part of the show. You know, it's just wow. I was kind of blown away by blown away from there, Poogapi. You kind of took us off guard there, you know. Yeah, I turned the house into a Tesla car. Oh, no, Poogapi. Well, that's what he does. Mr. Peck, you know how he is. He likes to have his projects, and a lot of times he doesn't really tell you. He just sort of incorporates everything around him into a project, and you don't even know. It's part of the greater good, isn't it? Oh, yes, greater good. Oh, yeah. So, the only thing is I'm starting to think, though, in this game, I need to just start replicating what the computer does, because I think I go too light on farming. You do. You just like put a few farms. You just put a few farms. It's because I put a huge emphasis into like lumber. I just like throw like many people as possible into the freaking lumber as possible. It's like, it's crazy. And now over here, ladies and gentlemen, is my new fortification. You know, one of my favorite things to do in this game is it'll start me. I always try to start a second settlement away from the core area I've started, because I kind of notice the computer gets confused, and so you kind of want to. The only time though the computer may attack is if they feel like you're too close, and they feel like, because there, I think there's, well, generally with games like this, and well, really any game, there's kind of a territorial line, like an unseen territorial line that the computer sees. And if you know, like, if you like, I've even had, you know, sent workers over to, well, kind of do some unethical mining in their territory and take away much needed resource, and it doesn't take long until you have a line of troops heading towards the lumber yard or whatever, you know, that they get fairly sensitive about that. So right now I'm just sort of removing some lumber here. Now I will let you know that, well, Frater hasn't brought it up, that you people of Mechtrekica, that Frater has a tendency to, like, especially on games like this, he'll commentate for a certain amount of time, and then he just sort of like zones out, lets person just watch the game, and well, you can hear the sounds of the game. You could, it's kind of relaxing, actually. I don't know. I mean, it depends if this is your kind of game. I mean, I love this game. I've played this for over, since the 2000s, and I used to just literally have it sit on my computer while my little characters were working and stuff. It's just crazy. I love it. So, well, so far, Mr. Peck, I think the first show's going off without any hitch other than what Pugapi did. Well, you know, I do wonder how things are going. You know, we can't really observe anything while we're, you know, doing the show. You know that, you know, this would be on Saturngrad as well. So, and I told you, I try and tell you, Frater. I know, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't really had also that Frater SH, the Frater SH you see on this show, he's actually been split into two different people. It's kind of like in a science fiction movie, you know, where there's a good side and a bad side. This is the good side, but he's very childlike, and his what it is his defensiveness, his cold calculating steel, all that is like been put into the bad side, and then, you know, as far as spirituality, wisdom, and childlikeness, that's all in this version. Which is good. He's a nice little kid, but sometimes he's a little bit of a troublemaker because, you know, he doesn't have that whole logic. You know, I assume this bad Frater, but what I hear is he's a complete jerk. And yeah, it's because he has no spirituality, he has no love, he has no reasoning. He's scary. You know, so that's kind of it, you know? Yeah, that's kind of weird to be that way, you know? Well, it's because, Frater, you're a threat to Mr. Pennypacker. So really, you know, Frater, I try to also tell you, no, I don't know how Mr. Pennypacker's going to take that we're doing this. We've not had any kind of, like, confirmation from him about this. If he knows. I mean, for all we know, he might be having an emergency broadcast or something tonight, and we might very well find we're not ever going to be invited back. And that was, Frater, I was used to thought you owned Saturngrad Productions. And that was, of course, before we found out in the final Frater, and, well, you kind of knew probably a little earlier than us. Obviously, according to the storyline, that actually we, is that a Christmas tree? A little Christmas tree right by the wall, you know? And put a little guard tower to watch over the Christmas tree. An old pagan tree. It's not really Christian, you know, it's just a pagan symbol. So, get a worker over there. Get another worker over there. That's right. Just get to work. Get to work. I kind of said though, Frater, what you should have done is you should have all the houses be in the walls and stuff. And yeah, well, that's you know, that's an idea I could do in another game, but it won't be on Saturday. It won't be on here though. I'm sorry, Mechtrekica. Well, we gotta get used to that name, Frater. I mean, but they said we could play Frater. We could play video games on the other side. but we get to go on the cruise and I know, folks, we're gonna be on called the crossover cruise with other characters of Mechtrekica. It's gonna be interesting. We're gonna get to see what the other guys are like. Now, Ole Anderson we have worked with. He actually has worked with us at Saturngrad for back in the VidMe days and back in some of the early shenanigans of the show, and you know, he worked with Peter Graves back in the day, and it was some weird shenanigans. And I like how your little town, Frater, you still got the little town you started. Well, actually, the thing that's amazing, Mr. Peck, is this town has actually kind of survived. It, generally speaking, it has actually survived the test of time, and you know, where usually no. usually, stuff doesn't really survive. You know, it's just So, well, so what are you doing right now? Like, what is the goal right now? I'm still impressed. That green team down there in the south, he sent that entire army and they just got wiped out. Well, you have to know what you're going to aim them at. You can't. Look, another thing is there a lot of towers? Some of those castles, especially when you have different racial bonuses, they can do a lot more damage. At the time that I did this gameplay, I didn't even know if you put British longbowmen in towers, it increases the damage. So, I know, I probably should have done that. But, this game has got a lot of interesting little facts about it. And understand, it's undergone different, like, HD versions, I'm a little bit old school. Frater, you got a little guy there. He's got his relic. I'm moving my relics to my capital city. You call it the capital city, huh? Yeah, I'm moving all that stuff over. I move all my little troops there. I'll let you know. I just was not producing very well. Frater, I got an update, and an update is that the green team has sent another army. Nice long stream. Now see, I can't Frater, you can't say fuck. Oh, fuck. They sent another stream of army towards the red team. That's something. So I see you're transferring your wealth to the capital city because there's just better defenses. Better defenses? Better pizza, Papa John's. Oh, wouldn't that be something, Frater? We get sponsored by Papa John's. Is it Papa John's? Papa John? Frater, the name has undergone some changes. Okay, our little Pope there. Of course, I like how you're doing this transfer, Frater, even though that there's kind of a war going on. You're kind of just sort of like, don't worry about it. Just take it on over. Just take an Uber. I'm sure everyone will be fine. They aren't going to attack us. They do start attacking us at some point. Okay, so here, thank you. Here we go. This is what's going on. Frater, they're getting wiped out again. What are they doing? Well, see, there's their castle. I think they're just randomly attacking things. There's like no kind of rhyme or reason to it, and they're just not. Frater, what are they doing? Yeah, and you can see their army is getting wiped out. It's just getting wiped out, man. And that's why I'm saying is like this is like a battle of attrition, man. Watch what the computer does against the other computers, because that's when you strike. It's kind of cold, but it's true. Yeah. So, for example, if we had an army down there, see, I kind of wish I was playing this live. This is just a recording, because it's funny, when you watch afterwards and your brain is going, because you're not. But I'll let you know, when you actually are playing this, you're thinking of a lot more things than this. You're not thinking about the other player. You're thinking about, okay, this farm, I can have this farm. I need this much wood. Got to get the wood back up. Let's see, got more stone. Got plenty of stone. Need more farming. Need to get the farming up. Let's see, can I get some fishing? Gotta get some fishing. those are the things you think of, and then you're thinking about, you know, like, oh well, I need this much, I need this much, you know. And that's the thing, is this is really pretty open about how you can do things. So, does this ever? I do have to ask, because this is all pre-played. So, did this ever have any, like? Did they attack this at any point? No. Frater. Why would they? I don't know. I don't know. I think it depends on the difficulty. If you put up on high, then it's like the computer kind of goes like ballistic. You know, like it just sort of kind of goes like, you know, like blah, you know, it just starts going crazy. One of the things I should try to do is put it like on deathmatch, and then like as soon as I start up, I just build like a barracks. Yeah, like start attacking them when they're just starting to build, and then like start building like fences around things and try to like last as long as you humanly can. And, yeah. So. Yeah. So, well, Frater, you know, we've been going now almost 20 minutes. You know, in the commentary, you know. Yeah, we try to give the people about Mechtrekica as much as they can. But we'll see you next show. You know, you can watch the rest of the show and see what we're doing. So far, it's just about the same stuff. Green Team keeps sending over a huge army and wasting absolute time, and you're just building castles everywhere. It's like the computer doesn't even want to try to mess with you. I know, and it's funny because my starting town is so openly exposed to them. They can destroy my open town anytime they want it. They just don't. But then sometimes they just do. Like the AI just sort of kind of kicks up and stuff. But yeah. Wow. Okay. But we'll see you next time, guys.